Leelavati, the legend. We all have heard of Leelavati, the 1,000-year-old book on mathematics. It is an excellent work of literature also. It was composed by Bhaskaracharya, who also wrote famous works like Siddhanta Shiromani, Karana Kutuhala, Bijaganita. We get to know about his family from a stone inscription from Patan in Maharashtra. He hails from Vijjalavida, known as Bijjarigi today. His son was Lakshmidhara and grandson Changadeva. Leelavati deals with problems pertaining to arithmetic, geometry, and mensuration. The popular example is the peacock snake problem. A snake's hole is at the foot high, and a peacock sitting on it aims at the snake, approaching it from a distance which is 3 times the height of the pillar. If they both move with the same speed, at what distance will the peacock grab the snake? The legend concerns the name Leelavati. There are many stories. The most popular one describes her as the daughter of Bhaskaracharya. However, there are other versions. One depicts her as Guruputri, that is, the daughter of his teacher, the other as wife, and yet another as a beloved. However, there is no reference to this name either in his own works or the inscriptions. The name Leelavati means something or some lady who is graceful. How one can assign it to a person? In the opening verse, Leelavati may refer to the book itself. However, the 13th verse addresses, "Oh, intelligent girl Leelavati." The popular myth that is extensively used in all forms of art, paintings, dance, drama is centered around the tragedy of her wedding. The story states that Bhaskaracharya, as an astrologer, knew that she was destined to lead a spinster's life. He arranged the wedding for a rare instant when the prediction could be altered for her wedding. Unfortunately, the pearl from her necklace fell into the water cloak and the opportunity was lost. It is interesting to trace the origin of the story. The story makes its first appearance in the introduction to an English translation of the Persian version of the book by John Taylor in 1816. The Persian version was a translation from Sanskrit in 1587 by Abul Faiz, who was a scholar in the court of Mughal king Akbar. He seems to have mixed it up with a story called Vipraputri Katha, the story of the daughter of a Brahmin, extracted from a Jain text called Katha Ratnakara by Hema Vijayagani. The daughter's wedding missed because of a rice grain stuck in the water cloak. Taylor comments that the Persian translation is not an honest rendering of the original. It has many inaccuracies and omissions. Further, Taylor writes that the story did not gain currency from the Hindu scholars. Thus, we may say that the story was introduced by Faiz in 1587, carried over to the Middle East and Europe. It returned to India in the English translation in 1816. The myth caught up with the masses. However, many scholars like H.T. Colebrook and S.B. Dikshit chose to ignore it. In 1992, M.D. Pandit put forth very strong arguments denying the story. 47 verses in the book are addressed to a man. Only 7 verses are addressed to a lady. Only 7. To a man, 47. The words used to address are not generally used for daughter or unmarried girls like Kalyani, Kante, and Bale. He asserted that Leelavati need not be a name of a girl but an adjective to the book in the sense of its grace and elegance. But still the story stayed on. The concluding verse can be interpreted as referring to a lady or for a book. Here, in this world, a beautiful woman who is high-born and adorned with many virtues, having pure and blemishless conduct, and who utters enticing words, is in the embrace of whomsoever. Their wealth of happiness will indeed always increase. The same verse is intended to mean pure mathematics. Those who memorize the book Leelavati, whose sections are adorned with excellent rules for the reduction of fractions to a common denominator, multiplication, squaring, having entirely accurate procedures, illustrating with examples of elegance, their happiness and wealth increase forever. Today, serious students of mathematics ignore the story, but still the name Leelavati has acquired a new meaning. But it is just a name, a beautiful name implying something very graceful and elegant. Leelavati does not signify a person at all. It is a very impressive book disclosing the mastery of language of Bhaskaracharya. It is a unique title for an extraordinary literary work. There are many other works in literature with the same title. The Indian Academy of Sciences named the compilation of the biographies of women scientists in India as Leelavati's Daughters. There are many awards for mathematicians, the Infosys Award, IMU and AICTE. Leelavati became an iconic word for women scientists of India, popular with journalists and quizmasters. It is interesting that this fictitious name Leelavati is now an inspiration.